Hey everyone. This is my new channel, and I had another channel by another name, which I won't say. And I was talking about a lot of different pains and stuff. And this topic right now is Proctalgia Fugax. It's a very funny name. I have many different. So welcome to my new channel. Intractable Daily. I call it Intractable Daily because I have 4 pain suicide diseases. Three, I would probably say 4, 3 acute abdominal disorders, and one of them is just very severe, so that makes 4. And I have some injuries on my body as well. So in all, I have 13 different pain disorders. So that's occipital neuralgia, trigeminal on both sides. I have a torn sternocleidomastoid muscle that's permanent for the rest of my life. So is a brachial plexus. I have a CRPS full body, which is called the nociplastic pain syndrome. It was redefined in 2017. So it's full body RSD. That was the first thing I ever got. But it was diagnosed, like I'm telling you, like 18 years after the fact. And I went through a lot of hell because of that. So anyway, kidney stones, permanent, a really uncommon gallbladder disorder that causes permanent gallbladder attacks. Just not a fun life. Adhesions up from my sternum, attached to my sternum, like ligatured onto it to my pelvis, because I had a surgical cut from top to bottom. I deal with a lot of things, and so in this channel, on my other channel, I just was making videos about pain. I just went way off course. This is only pain. This is only about pain. Sure, if you want to talk about mental symptoms due to them, that's fine. And I understand mental symptoms cause pains too. I also have degenerative disc disease and fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia, the diagnostician said because of the severity of everything else happening. I have adhesive arachnoiditis, which is the worst of them all. It's worse than full body RSD. I didn't think there was a worse pain disorder, but there is. Some spinal inflammation causes, it's just another pain suicide disease, just almost indistinguishable from RSD as far as neuropathic, because they mix with each other. So I made a video and I lost it. First of all, I got to make sure this is recording because I lost the last one. And I'm sitting down to dinner, eating. I make these videos. I'm most comfortable when I'm sitting down because I'm resting. So, what am I doing here? Yeah, so welcome again to my channel. This is my first, and I'm having a kidney stone right now, like I'm going through the colic. Just this is my life. Intractable Daily, right? Intractable just means it doesn't stop. Gonna go through some stuff here. Proctalgia Fugax. Paint from painting model cars. It's lacquer. This is my most unfavorite of the pains for as long as it lasts. Now, I don't know for sure, but I'm quite sure this is what I'm suffering with. I mean, I've of course spoken with my doctor, but I say that because there's another syndrome called the levator ani syndrome. These are the anal muscles. Okay, there's no My channel is about no shame. No, none of that, because where are you ever going to get in life if you're shameful? You know, it's just another muscle. Mine, like, it's hard to tell one from another, these two syndromes, and I could be wrong, but the only reason I think it could be wrong, any chance of being wrong, is due to the longevity of the attack, which for me is anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes. And it says it says mostly 20 minutes, but I find another site that says 30. Of course it can go 40, but it never goes over that. And it's the fact that I don't get attacks in between. Like, I go long periods of time. I haven't had it for a long time, but when I get it, it's better when I'm standing up and walking around. So, you know, I could be wrong about whatever. I have damage down there. Like, I have adhesive arachnoiditis, so there's a lot going on down there, like spinal inflammation. It's like MS, you know, like your nerves are just firing. So there's a lot of stuff going on down there. I'm going to go to a website, but I'm still going to talk here first before I go there. If it goes. So what is this? What is this? I'm going to tell you what I go through just a bit. So I feel like it usually happens when I go to bed and I wake up about a couple hours after. That's me. Yes, I get it during the daytime. I get it sitting in cars. But it seems to happen when I'm sitting down more than I'm up. And I'm not kidding you. It feels like a rod is being stuck up your butt. Like, you know, you think of like the worst constipation, the worst hardness of your stool. It's like it feels like there's a piece of metal in there and you just can't get it out. And I guess you'd feel better if you had gas or you had a bowel movement, but anyways, I just stick it out. When I know it comes on, I'm just kind of like, God, just please take me through this, because I know it will end. And this is one of those pains that if it didn't end, you'd be in a lot of trouble. I don't find there's anything like this except for trigeminal neuralgia, which when those attacks come, I mean the ones that last more than minutes, it's like that, but down there. Let's go through a quick read of this. I'll be covering many different topics as I go through my channel. I wanted to make a channel just strictly about pain and its consequences and how to get better and this and that, everything. I have quite a bit of knowledge on pain because of my experiences, but because I had to learn, I rebuilt my body from scratch. I was almost dead. I was 95 pounds. I couldn't eat anything. Couldn't drink anything for like it was more than 2 years it lasted, but it was very serious for 2 years. I had to get diagnosed. Anyways, let's get into this, because I'll eventually get into that in other videos. Pain is part of life. Headache, stiff knees, sudden back pain may make you feel uncomfortable. Similarly, you may have pain in your buttocks. Proctalgia, when you go to the bathroom and your anus opens, right? There's a muscle, right? You have your pelvic floor muscles all in there. It's important to keep them strong. Proctalgia fugax is pain or cramping felt around your buttocks and rectum. The rectum is the last part of the large intestine. Why be shameful, right? Any in the anus, which removes solid waste from the body. Excuse me, I have difficulty speaking. I have dysphonia in my throat. Muscular disorder in my throat. This pain is a result of spasms or cramps of your pelvic floor muscles. and sphincter muscles of rectum muscles because proctalgia, I'm going to skip that, is unpredictable. That's the part I don't like about it. Well, that's one of the certain parts I don't like about it. It's difficult for doctors to diagnose or researchers to study. I'm sure it is, but how many people volunteer? Maybe a lot. It's temporary rectal pain. You may have intense pain for a short time, cramps in your rectum that last from a few seconds to several minutes. Well, no, it's longer than that for me during my attacks. And I remind you, websites differ. Severe episodes of proctalgia can be, Fugax can be painful enough to wake you up from your sleep, so it does, or keep you from going to work or school. Between episodes, you probably won't have any pain or discomfort. That's why I believe it's this. If you have pain that isn't coming from another spasm, another anorectal condition may be causing it. So talk with your doctor and other conditions. So Levator ani would be the first one to go to. Chronic episodes of this happening usually last for more than 20 minutes and happen more often. See, it says of chronic Proctalgia Fugax usually last for more than 20 minutes and happen more often than occasionally. Other long-term symptoms include discomfort from sitting too long. Don't sit too long. Go for walks. And painful bowel movements. Yes, absolutely. It can. I'm a person who doesn't, because I have adhesive arachnoiditis, I only sit at dinner. See how I'm eating here? It distracts me. It's the only thing that distracts me. Otherwise, I'm shifting around all the time. But sitting down is a bigger chance to cause it. You have I felt that the inside, I felt maybe, because I got adhesive arachnoiditis from an injury to my coccyx, a crush injury, and like I hit it really hard on the pavement from a height, and I felt maybe a damaged nerve in there, and maybe that nerve is firing wrong. I felt when stool moves through it, because I feel it sets it off, or it can. I know there are so many different ways that this can happen. Pardon me, I got to take some water here. Proctalgia Fugax is a form of Levator syndrome. So they don't say this in other websites I saw. It's the first time. Also called the Levator ani syndrome. Both include spasms and muscles in the pelvic area. The Levator ani is more chronic and no rest. The Proctalgia Fugax is temporary, but other types of Levator syndrome can last for several days. So that's how I know it isn't that. But there are certainly times where I've had clusters, right? Another major difference is the location of the pain. Pain from Proctalgia Fugax is usually felt in the rectum. Check mark again. Pain due to Levator is felt in the pelvic floor, specific or vague areas in the thighs and buttocks. I guess if you have other syndromes associated, like adhesive arachnoiditis, all the nerves firing down there could be a bit different, but this is probably a general rule. Symptoms of Levator syndrome are usually felt higher in the pelvis than the symptoms of proctalgia. Pelvic pain syndrome, you could have your prostate syndromes causing that type of thing. Symptoms are usually felt higher in the pelvis than symptoms of Proctalgia Fugax. You may notice that symptoms worsen when sitting. So for me, it's worse when sitting. When this comes on, like sitting down, like I just know, or I go and I honestly go and sit on the toilet, and I read that a lot of people do that, and improve when standing or lying down. Mine doesn't on lying down; it gets worse. Causes. Finding the cause may be difficult. The causes vary from person to person. Indeed, different approaches for treatment. Other conditions in the anorectal area may cause spasms that seem similar to Proctalgia Fugax but are diagnosed and treated as separate issues. Sometimes our underlying condition causes ununderlying causes, probably like severe constipation, and treating that condition will relieve the symptoms. I take an antispasmodic for severe colic, like I have kidney stones right now. I passed one this morning. I suffer a lot of kidney colic and the gallbladder attack, so I take Buscopan, and excellent smooth muscle relaxant. It's smooth muscle, right? Smooth muscle, so it stops spasms. This is certainly true, because I remember I hated going to Christmas because I had to sit around. One of my problems in life is trying to sit still. So Christmas caused me a lot of problems, sit around, watch people talk and open gifts and all that, and I'd have to sit there. I didn't have to, but I wanted to be there for a few hours, 4 hours, sitting down. I noticed it brought it on. Maybe related to stress anxiety, that's true. In some cases, people with Proctalgia Fugax just feel stressed before the spasms. I concur with that. I just thought of this. I know this. Studies have shown a similar relationship between stress and the Levator syndrome. Many people with Levator syndrome have psychosocial distress, including depression and anxiety. I have PTSD. I have autism. I have issues. Nothing that I can't handle. The following activities may trigger it. Cause sexual activity. Check mark for me. I'm not going to get into that actually. Sorry, I'm a born again Christian. There's certain things that I just won't talk about now, but yeah, I don't masturbate anymore. I'll just say that I don't masturbate anymore. I find it's very healthy. It actually gives you a lot of energy. And so when I used to, I would get an attack afterwards. So I know for sure sexual activity does. It can hurt afterwards. Constipation, like I said, abnormal bowel movement, menstruation. Diagnosis. Proctalgia Fugax is difficult to diagnose because of how quick and random spasms can be. You don't want to be in a waiting room with it. There are no tests for it, but your doctor will rule other possible causes for your anorectal pain. So you could have hemorrhoids, ulcers, abscesses, anal fissures, or small tears, and inflammatory bowel disease. So you can, if it's bad enough, you can go in a hospital, and I know they'll do this. They'll stick their finger up your butt. It's not too bad, okay? It isn't. Just tell them to be careful. They can feel around to see if, in fact, you have ulcers, hemorrhoids, anal fissures, or signs of inflammatory bowel disease or something bad going on there. I'm having a particularly bad day today. Yes, with all those conditions I named, who wouldn't, right? But I've learned to control them. And if you're watching this, and I hope to grow my channel, I got a rare reaction from Moderna, and I got very sick. And I believe because I wasn't tested for my heart till more than a year afterwards. So if there was damage, I wouldn't have known. Pericarditis, myocarditis. I had a huge rash for 6 days on my chest and neck. And I developed a rare gallbladder disorder called gallbladder hyperkinesia. It's just like permanent gallbladder attacks. And so why am I saying this? I forget why. This is just the nature. Oh, I'm talking about my abdominal pain. I forget what I was going to say. Guys, like this is my life. So I have a lot to say about these things. Like I'm dealing with, I can't even touch my gallbladder. It's that bad. I'll set off an attack. But anyways, I hope you stay tuned. What will I do the next one? I'll pick something good. And God bless. And I hope everyone... Oh, How about treatment? I know it said some stuff there, but I think for this, I wouldn't go to opiates. I wouldn't go to those types of things. Like I said, maybe an antispasmodic, but otherwise, keep your stress low and exercise, but not to hurt. Go for walks. God bless everyone who watches this.